All right, there we go. We are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel. We love comics. Thank you all for taking the time to watch my videos, whether you're doing it live or watching it days, weeks, or months later. I always appreciate your viewership and your possible subscription. So, while we're waiting for people to come in, I always want to mention to people that if you check the description of this in any video, I am selling some of my mystery comics. They're in the form of mystery boxes, anywhere from a $25 and up, so there's different levels for different people. Check out the link for that. And don't forget, if you've signed up for the cashback program, make sure you spend within the first 90 days $25 or more so you can get that $10 cash back. So don't wait and end up missing that opportunity, because then a $25 book can become $15 book. That's always a good thing. So I'm seeing people coming in. I always want to make sure I say hello to the people that arrive early. And this gives me a little bit of time before I do the unboxing. So I have Telepathy finally reached the #1 spot. Good to see you. He says he is first. Welcome. We got Mega Pony, first time seeing you. Hello. Tina, always welcome and a pleasure. Miami Canine Training. Hello. Sith Lord, good to see you again. Collector, Michael P. Welcome each and every one of you. We are going to set up the video camera. So we got other people I want to say really quick too. There's another Michael. Michael Bryce is here. Ben Copton. The Ghastly Gamer. Love all these usernames. So let me put on. Gary says hello. Anthony says hello. Hello back. Let me put on the video camera. So there we go. So you can see. So I got this in the mail yesterday. And when I lifted this up, I wasn't sure if it was the box that I thought it was. Steve, hello. Eric, hello. Because this box weighs a good 5 or 6 pounds. And I did check the tracking number, so it is the comic that I thought it was, but it's supposed to be only one comic. This thing feels like either they sent me a brick or they put a bunch of comics in it. So this is hopefully a Golden Age book that I'm about to, is it? Yes, okay, that I'm about to open. But we're going to do it live so we can find out. But I thought better to be safe than sorry. And I'll tell you, this is another good reason to make YouTube videos. Because if, heaven forbid, you don't get the item that you thought you were supposed to get, well, you have live proof. All right, so it looks like they actually added some stuff. So that's always cool. All right, so let me just make sure. They package this really well. They put a lot of cushion around it. That's why I always tell people never assume, and they sent the letter, never assume that people know how to package comics. Always ask. All right, so they said, thank you very much for your purchase. Okay. Yeah, they ended up sending me some comic gloves. So if Mr. White Gloves sees this, he'll appreciate that. So this, let's see. So they wrapped this as a present. All right, so they did add something. This is 5 wood sports games. Oh, okay. So they added this for free. I thought that's actually pretty cool. It's got baseball, football, basketball, bowling, knockout derby. All parts and instructions are included. All games made of wood with plastic accessories. So that is different. These kind of look like games you would have seen in like the Depression days of the 1930s. But hey, that's kind of cool. All right, so let's show what I got. And all right, so they put it in a, well, they sent it with a plastic case. I was going to say I didn't remember it being graded, so this might have been what it was originally put in. So that would explain all the weight. So it looks like they put this in a top loader. So very good protection. I'm very happy about that. So, okay. So this is indeed a Golden Age comic. They taped a little bubble wrap so it didn't pop out. Okay, so there's not a bag and board on this comic. They just put it in a top loader, so I'll fix that because I do have Golden Age bags and boards. Now, this was originally being sold for $490. Now, they didn't have a best offer or anything, but I contacted the person and tried to get, asked them if they would accept a little bit less for this. We went back and forth a little bit. They were very nice. I was very nice in responding. So a $490 comic, I paid $420. So it may not seem like a lot, but they weren't even doing a best offer. So that's why I tell people all the time, make sure you contact people and just be nice about it. Don't be a jerk. Don't be rude. And if they say no or they don't respond, just let it be. But every now and then, they respond. And if you watch my videos, I've had many people respond. And hey, saving a little money, that just means another comic in your, in your possession, or money for gas to put in your car. So I see a lot of people here. Are you ready for the book? I cannot wait to show you this. I think this is pretty awesome. I've seen this book before. I've always wanted it. Lower grade, but like I always say, low grade is better than no grade. And here is my Golden Age beauty. This is World's Finest Comics, issue number 2. Now, the significance is, if you know about the World's Finest Comics in the DC series, this has been going on for a long time. This is the first time it is ever called World's Finest, because issue number 1 was titled World's Best Comics. So this is the first issue of the World's Finest version of this comic. Now look at this. 96 pages for a grand total of 15 cents. And I promise you there's not a lot of SJW stuff in this book. That's one of the things I love about Golden Age, Silver Age, and even to a lesser extent Bronze Age books. And yeah, Sithlord says it looks like a coloring book. Because back in the days, I mean, look how thick. And it completely fills, it's hard to see, but it completely fills this. Now, since it does not have a bag and board, let's take it out and look in the inside. This is from 1942. Now, it does have tape, but, I mean, for an older book, it doesn't matter. This is complete. And this looks pretty darn good. Just to show you one of the pages. And this is what I love. I mean, look at this. The pages are in great shape. No rips, no tears. I mean, for a book that's over 70 years old. Let's see if we can find, like, Batman or Superman in here somewhere. I mean, every page is perfect. I would say it's like cream to off-white pages. And for the price, it's got a whole bunch of different stories. But, I mean, back in the days, 96 pages. I mean, that's amazing. So here's some very early Superman. So there you go. We're seeing part of history. And yes, they did have separate stories. The first, I think, like 70 issues, they were all separate. It wasn't until later on that they actually met each other for the first time. So this book has Superman, Batman and Robin, Zatara, Crimson Avenger, Johnny Thunder, Lando, I don't think it's the Star Wars version, Red, White, and Blue, the King, who's dressed like a magician, and Drafty. So there's a character named Drafty. There's the King. There's Red, White, and Blue. And there's the original Lando Calrissian. So for a book from 1942, I mean, this looks perfect. Now, you can see there's tape on the inside. But like I said, lower grades does not matter. It's got thicker, almost like a very thin cardboard feel to it. Now, this is blank on both sides. Now, I'm going to have to check and see if the original was supposed to be that way, and they were blank, or somebody made a cardboard copy. So I'm going to have to research that. So if anybody has this book, let me know, and this is why it's always good to check books. Let me know if this was supposed to be just blank like that. I mean, it looks legit, but you never know. I'll find out about that, and that's why I always say make sure you do your research. So I'm going to try and look at past sold books or ones being sold and see if that's the case. Because if not, then I guess I'll be getting a refund. But, I mean, I'm not going to assume anything. But for the price, if that is legit, to get the first appearance of World's Finest in issue number 2, I mean, there's nothing really key of it other than that. But still, I love Golden Age books. To me, it's a piece of history. And I'm going to look into that other part. So it looks like they were at least legit in sending the comic. I'm not even going to put this back in there because it'll bend. And that was nice of them to send that game. But that would explain why it was so heavy. And let's do the... Jerry P says 15 cents in 1942, overpriced. Well, but remember, 96 pages. And look how thick this book is. So, I definitely think people would have been able to shell out 15 cents for that book. So I'm going to look into this book. The cover looks very old, so it does look like this is supposed to be that way. I'll find out. I mean, there's a color-breaking crease right there and everything. There's some, like the back, it might be hard to see, but there's a lot, there you go. You can see there's a lot of wrinkling. So I don't know with this kind of thick, cardboardish kind of cover, I don't know if that could be pressed out. I doubt it would. And Comic Mike says it's like a Golden Age trade paperback. Maybe that's what it is. All right, so I'm going to find out about that. But again, if anybody has this book, let me know if the front and back covers are supposed to be blank. Everything else is perfectly fine. So we'll find out, but that's why we say make sure you check your books, make sure you do your research. But, and also don't be afraid to ask for deals. Like I said, they were selling this for $490 without a best offer, and I just messaged them. I originally said, you know, $400, and we got down to $420, and that's including shipping and handling. So, definitely cannot complain about that, and we are going to go, I Have Telepathy says it's an error book. That would be actually amazing if that was the case. If this was an original cover and it is missing the print because of an error, well, that would make this one of a kind, most likely. I'm going to have to look into that. So I Have Telepathy. This is the one time I really hope your telepathy is 100% accurate, because if that was the case, that would be amazing. Now, they did say that there are gloves. I don't see them. They're not in this box, so I'll have to dig around a little bit. No, there's no gloves, so I guess they forgot to put them in, but that's all right. I don't use gloves anyway. I mean, most of my books are graded or in bags and boards anyway. So I'm going to find out about that. That would be amazing if this is actually an error book where for some reason the print just didn't happen on the inside and that's all legit. That would definitely increase the value of this book, but we'll find out. That's why I always tell people, make sure you do your research. So before I go, let me do today's surprise subscriber shout out. Let's see if I Have Telepathy can guess who that will be before I say it. Just for the name alone, I have to give a shout out to this person. And again, you don't have to be a subscriber, but I would hope you like my videos enough to where I earn your subscription. Hopefully you'll give it a thumbs up. But Devil Creep Cheesecake, you are going to be today's surprise subscriber shout out. Absolutely love that name. I thought that's pretty cool. I've had Devil's Food Cake, but never Devil's Cheesecake. So there you go. So I Have Telepathy was absolutely wrong. He said Captain Crunch. So shame on you for that one. But maybe you were trying to just kind of plant the seed. But there you go. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm glad to see it wasn't a dud. I guess I'll find out about the cover. I'll let you know, and I'll as soon as I find out. Don't forget to check out one of my mystery boxes and sign up for the cashback program. Links are in the description. I have a Patreon account if anybody wants to join it. Thumbs up for the videos really show support, and I always appreciate that when this uploads. If you're one of my power viewers, make sure you have that well known. Be proud of that. That's the difference between somebody that just watches a video and somebody that watches an entire video. So proudly display your power viewership. I always want people to be known for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And don't forget, it's not you, it's not I, it's we love comics, especially Golden Age. Go get one, Reggie. Peace out, everybody.